Welcome to the Palm Plant Girl Show. I'm your host, Gail Gates, and I am so glad that you're here with us today. Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to start out with dead or not. Alrighty, over here. What do you think? This poor hydrangea. My sister gave this plant to me. Dead or not? Very much dead. This poor hydrangea was a present from my sister's husband to her, and he was like, "Honey, I'm so sorry I was a jerk." Okay, it was a guy's voice. "Honey, I'm so sorry I was a jerk." And she goes, "Oh, a plant? That makes everything better?" So this is what she did to her plant, but I think they went on a nice vacation afterwards, but she killed it. So if you get a plant from, let's say, the grocery store, remember that they're grocers, they're not growers. And you bring it home, keep the pretty paper on for a little bit, but take it off because it's not good for your plant. You know, the water gets up in there, and it's just for some reason when you leave the paper on, they die. And remember, the soil isn't always the best, so you'll want to replace the soil as well. Dead or not, my zebra plant. Of course, it's alive. Remember my little dollar store guy? Okay. Well, he had a few dead leaves going on there, and that's okay. And I thought I overwatered him because, you know, he's growing in a juice container. You can see it's a little crispy, but no, he's very much alive and he's recovering. What happened was it was growing very well throughout the colder seasons in my nice sunny window. But now that the weather is getting a lot warmer, my big picture window is turning into a giant magnifying glass. And my plant didn't like that. I took it away from the window, kept it away from all the windows on my desk, and it has recovered very nicely. Gave it a little nice soaking, little fertilizer, coming back very well. So now through the summer seasons, I'm putting it in a different window that does not get direct light. Pregnant onion. What is that? I got this plant from a friend of mine. So wonderful. This is the coolest plant ever. It grows these long stalks, and at the end you'll get a flower and a cluster of little white flowers. I love it. It's just about ready to bloom, and so I can't wait for that to happen. It's not an onion, it's actually from the lily family, and I'm going to be planting these next to my pond. And what you do is you plant it with the soil about halfway up, and it grows these little noses. Let me show you one. Here is one with a little nose on the end. These little noses grow, and that's why it's called a pregnant onion. They grow on the edge and they pop right off. Check it out and grow a new plant. So I'm offering these to you because I think it's like the coolest plant ever. If you would like one, shoot me an email at gail@palmplantgirl.com. I would be happy to send you one, and there's so much fun to trade with your friends. So you'll have a great time with the pregnant onion. Okay, remember when we planted, I talked about planting my peas. These are the dangerous one I'm not going to eat. I'm just going to put those in the front yard, but they're growing very well in my bottle. How are your plants doing in your soda bottle? These are ready to go in the soil. And here are my carrots. They're just dying to come out. And it's so much fun to watch these grow. And you can see the roots at the bottom and everything. What I'm going to do is cut it out and take them out. Thank you to my friend Lori who gave me this fantastic idea. Back to my sister. My sister has a wealth of stories. It's getting to be summertime, and it's going to be mosquito season. She gets a note from the county saying, your neighbor down the street abandoned the house, and there's West Nile in the swimming pool. Don't go outside, you might get bit. I'm going, oh my gosh. So what the county's going to do is throw a whole bunch of minnows in the water, and they're going to eat up the mosquitoes, and I guess everything will be fine. So please remember that summertime, you've got to keep the mosquitoes under control if you have your pond. Now I've got this little thing here. These are called mosquito torpedoes. And you just throw one of these in your water. Now I've got about a 6x6 pond. It's about a foot and a half deep. And I'm going to throw one in there, and just one will be fine for several months. And that'll take care of mosquitoes. But you always got to have a backup plan. I've got my minnows in the water as well. And I've got my little water fountain to keep the water moving. So that's some excellent ways to take care of the mosquitoes and make sure you don't have that dangerous stuff. All right, I'd like to talk about my lemon tree, and the purpose for this is I have a lemon that's in a container because you know I'm about container gardening. My lemon tree was not looking very well, and the leaves were looking kind of pale and not as green as I wish they would. So I thought, okay, I'll move the lemon tree into the backyard. Actually, I made my husband do it. And when he did, my dead fish out of 6 or 7 years plopped out. I had a little funeral for my fish. Plopped out, and it was horrifying. Fortunately, it hadn't decayed yet, so I had to put my fish back into the lemon tree. And when I did, I noticed I had those little teeny tiny ants, and you know how I feel about ants. Yes, you do. And so, is it the fact that my lemon tree is root bound, that it's suffering? It could be. Is it getting too much heat on my patio? That could be. Could it be the ants? It could be. So what we're going to do is buy a bigger pot, give it some fresh soil. We're going to buy those little ant stakes to stick in the ground and take care of those little boogers. And it should be nice and healthy. And I'm also going to put it in the backyard where it's a little bit cooler. Now I want to leave you with a little thought. I keep on mentioning about having minnows in your container pond or in your large pond. But a lot of times when you bring them home from the pet store, they die. And it seems like you lose about half of your minnows that you buy from the pet store. Don't worry about scooping them out. I know they look kind of funny floating around, but they're very good for your plants and make your plants actually healthy. The point is, if you go out in nature, nobody is out scooping out the dead fish. And that's something that over the years I have noticed. What grows well in nature, and dead fish makes the big difference. All right, my friend Kelly up in Tahoe. Hey Kelly, how you doing? And how's your soda bottle garden? Kelly made one of those soda bottle gardens, and I'd like to see how it's doing. And my good little friend Austin in Georgia, hello. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for watching the Pond Plant Girl. You have a great day gardening and a great day ponding. I got flies. Everyone told me that artichokes wouldn't grow here, but I don't listen to anybody. I grow what I want. And I started this artichoke from a seed, and look how wonderful it's doing. I like being creative with my ponds, mixing up plants that you wouldn't necessarily think of doing. So I've got this artichoke, and of course it's not a pond plant. So I have it raised above my pond, and it looks very beautiful where it's at. And I've got them around my garden, and you know, and in a few months to come, this plant will be, ouch, this spiky plant will be about twice its size. It will grow beautiful, big purple flowers, and hopefully throughout the summer, we'll have some yummy artichokes too.
Hi, Ashley.
Ashley, come here. Come here. It's training day.
You know my girl now?
Yeah.
You know my girl just called
Here's
me
the
up
doggy. Oh, where you going?
and she woke me from my sleep.
Ashley.
I heard the things she said. You know she hurt my feelings deep. I'm gonna buy me a dog.
A dog?
A dog.
Why?
Cause I need a friend now.
Babe, you need all the friends you can get, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna buy me a dog. My girl, no love, no how. Don't ruin my song. It's the only song I have.
ruined, so it was wrong.
Where's the verse? She used to bring me my newspaper.
You don't even know where it's
Cause
at.
she knew
Hi, Ashley.
where it was at. She used to keep me so contented. But I can teach a dog to do that. I'm gonna buy me a dog.
You couldn't teach a dog to do that, you can only train elephants.
Cause I need a friend now.
I need a friend now.
Now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy me a dog.
A dog, here over Fido spot.
My girl, no love, no how. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hike!
Hi.
Hike!
I was late on that one. I just